Yeah, it was good to get a win against Commerce at home. Homecoming. I think some of our guys on the team had never won a homecoming game. So it was good for them. It was great for our guys. I think, coming off that tough loss to UIW, I think the guys responded. And obviously our defense played pretty well, 2 touchdowns. And, we got our run game going, against what I thought was one of the better defenses, quite honestly, in the Southland. So our guys played hard, and we lost 2 linemen in the game, and the next guy stepped up and played really well. And, we hope we continue with that. I mean, obviously everyone's facing injuries this time of the year, so we have to have a next guy up mentality right now. But, excited for the challenge, go to Nichols. They had a great game against UIW, so that's the next step of the in the process.
Another week, another player of the week. Davey named special team player of the week, forcing a couple of fumbles. And, matter of fact, the first one is what led to that first offensive touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because those exact plays we corrected during the week of practice with him. He had overshot the returner, and the returner fumbled it, and we kind of corrected him, get his hands low, be ready, in case he does muff it, and he did, and he was right there, Johnny on the spot, made the correction. I think as a coach, you always feel proud that a guy was able to take what you coached and apply it on the field, and he did that, and obviously had 2 huge plays. He's been playing really well on punt team for us. He had a huge tackle against UIW on a punt return where the guy kind of broke out, and he ran it down, and that guy was pretty special. So he's been playing well. I'm really proud of him.
It's the 4th time you've had a player of the week, and that really says a lot that the other members of the conference are starting to take a look at you guys.
Yeah, I don't even know who picks it. No one's ever asked me who's going to be player of the week. So I'm assuming it's the SIDs. Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's great. It's great honor to have our guys recognized anywhere. Their hard work and their dedication. So.
But you talk about a couple of linemen getting banged up. Obviously, the back guys did the job because Kalen comes in, goes over for 100 again.
Yeah, I mean he made some explosive runs, which was obviously key to the win. Time of possession, keeping the defense off the field, all those things that you preach. He did a great job. First drive was good. We just didn't finish, and then after that, a couple drives kind of stalled, and we weren't playing really well on offense. And then KG kind of got us sparked, and then that was it. We kind of kept rolling.
Could you see when you watch the film? Could you see specific differences with that offense that kind of made them go a little bit better than some of the previous games?
Our offense?
Yeah.
Well, I think we played well up front. When you're playing against a good front like they had a number 50. I think he led their team in tackles. He was an amazing player, fun to watch on film. Our guys did a good job. They battled with those guys, and they were packing 8, 9, 10 guys in the box. I'm sure you saw that from up top, and it's hard to run against teams like that if your running back's not doing a really good job. And both guys, DeMaje and KG, really saw the holes well. They hit them with force, and we say running through the smoke. They ran through the smoke and ran through arm tackles and really got us in some great position, field position-wise. The one KG got us out of a backed-up situation and kind of got that drive rolling. So I just think overall we're starting to play with a lot more confidence up front, and I think that our receivers, they played their most complete game. I know it doesn't show in the stat sheet, but they blocked, they caught the ball, they ran precise routes. I think those, that as a coach, when you look at an offense, that's going to really create huge dividends in the future.
Isaiah was a big catch. Going away the way he was in the corner, and that was a big point.
That was a big boy catch, that's what we love. See Isaiah do. He did it against Lincoln. He did it against Houston Christian. He can do that. He's got big frame, and he can run, and he's got great athletic ability. He's kind of learning the position of receiver. He's more of a quarterback in high school, but each week he continues to get better. He had a knee injury against Northwestern State, which has really held him up. But he's back at 100% the last couple weeks.
My final question for this game would be homecoming, the atmosphere, the crowd. That'd be real energetic and exciting.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Fun to walk out there and see the home stands almost full, and see the alumni, and the tailgating spots were all taken, which is never usually the case when we're walking. Especially as early as we walked from team meal over to campus. So it was great to see that. At campus was energized. President was happy. AD was happy. So when they're happy, I'm happy. So
Josh has the pick six transfer from Brown, I think. What about him has helped that defense?
I mean, he's everything you want in a football player. I mean, he's highly intelligent. He's a worker. He doesn't miss practice. He's been banged up, but still hasn't stopped him from being out there every day because he knows he needs the reps to get better. He's a physical presence for us in the run game. He can support the run. He's a great human being too. Like, our locker room is better for that guy being in it. So he's just been great for us, and his play has been really steady. He missed one of those interceptions against Sela on the first drive. He had one that they kicked the field goal. He had it in his hands and dropped it, and he came over the sideline. He said, "If I get another chance, Coach, I'll make sure I take care of it for you." I said, "All right, Josh," and he did, and he took it to the end zone. So it's great to see.
Of course, you have a very tough one this weekend on the road. They're coming off a win over UIW. What can you tell us about Nichols?
I think they're about as similar as South Dakota as any team we've played, with maybe a little bit better quarterback and better skill on the perimeter. But they're a physical team. They want to run the football. They got two backs that can do it, a big back and a speed back. And the speed back's not a scat back. I mean, he can run between the tackles too, but he's got a lot of speed, and they play great defense. They're not fancy, just like South Dakota. They play the defense they play, and they're going to make you earn everything. And that's what we're going to be up against. And I hope we learned our lesson from that game. That's all. That'll be my message to the team today is we'll see if we learned our lesson and how to take on those types of games.
You mentioned you've been banged up a little bit. Everybody will be back a little bit later in the week.
I think everybody will be back, but I don't. We got to see. We got to see how the week progresses. But I mean, nobody is out for sure. Right now but they're just sore and trying to get through these next couple of days of treatment.
You mentioned the similarities to South Dakota. Is there a way you can go back and prepare a little bit better because you have that film from the South Dakota game? I mean, are there similarities you can use with game planning and things like that?
I just think the one lesson that we got to learn is we got to finish drives on offense. We can't have these 12-play drives inside the 20-yard line and not score a touchdown, because these guys are going to score. I mean, it's been proven. So we have to score touchdowns and keep our defense off the field, but also put points on the board while doing it. We kept our defense off the field, but we went in at halftime down 7-6. So you can't have that. When you have opportunities, you got to take advantage of them. We didn't do that in that game, and I think that we're a better offense now than we were then. I know we're a better defense. I know that Ciale is in better physical condition. He's feeling great. He got hurt the week before that game, and I think some of our younger D linemen have gotten really good game experience with Keytron and Peyton Christian and those guys, and they're all starting to play at a pretty high level. So this is a great litmus test for our program again. What do we look like in this game against a team that has a veteran offensive line, a veteran defensive line, and pretty good secondary players. So, and we're going there. We're traveling. I like being on the road, so I don't worry too much about that piece. But, I know that there'll be a raucous student section, and but that's why you play these games, right? You want meaningful football in November, and that's where we are. And hopefully our guys will take advantage of it with a great week of preparation. I don't think we had a great week of preparation last week, quite honestly. I think it was probably our most up and down week we've had all year. I think we've been pretty consistent up until that point. I think being banged up from UIW and the emotions of a tough loss, I think that kind of affected us going into the game. So, but they weathered the storm well, and good teams do that, and hopefully we're a good team, and we'll have to see on Saturday what that looks like.